out on court in Munich. What do you make of Sampras' opponent Bjorkman, because he was so impressive in beating Boris Becker?
Was he ever? I mean, he was unbelievable against Becker. The returns were especially taking the ball so early against Becker that he made Becker look very, very slow. Becker was struggling to get to the service line before the ball was flying past him. Sampras knows what it's like to play Bjorkman. They played 3 times this year, or 2 times this year rather, and they won apiece. Sampras has the edge 4-1 on head-to-head. So Sampras knows what to expect. He knows not to hit the ball, not to serve into the hitting zone of Bjorkman. He's going to have to make Bjorkman stretch on the returns, whereas Bjorkman is going to have to play his game of hustling Sampras and trying to keep the rallies as short as possible, serve and volley a bit, maybe stay at the back, and if he's going to come in, then you have to go in on what everybody says is supposedly the Sampras weakness of the backhand, which, I mean, either side you're going to get passed on fairly regularly.
Let's check on the facts and figures of the contestants in this one then. Pete Sampras with 5 titles so far this year, including the Australian Open and Wimbledon. He has 49 in his career, including 10 Grand Slam titles. And in the first round, he wobbled a little bit, losing the second set to Felix Mantilla. And Jonas Bjorkman, well, he's won a couple of titles this year. The first 2 in his career in singles, and he reached the semis of the US Open where Greg Rusedski stopped his progress in a 5-set thriller. And in the first round in Munich, he was very impressive in defeating Boris Becker in straight sets. Well, these two are almost certain to meet in the Davis Cup final, aren't they? They've probably play singles there.
They're going to be sick of each other, aren't they? At the end of the year, Bjorkman, as we know, has been playing some amazing tennis throughout the year. Started the year out of the top 50 and has come so strong towards the end of the year. I mean, staggering semi-finalist at the US Open when he lost a tight 5-set match to Rusedski, and then leading his country into the Davis Cup semi-final, winning both his rubbers there over Italy, and now through to the quarterfinals here to play the world #1. So he's really got nothing to lose. That's the beauty of playing Sampras, that Sampras will go into every match the firm favourite. So whoever plays him can go out there and swing freely and just enjoy the atmosphere and enjoy their tennis and just go for it.
Bjorkman hit the top as a doubles player before he made it as a singles player. What has he done to his game to turn himself into being able to do both?
Well, there's a lot to be said about playing doubles and singles. Felnikov does it. He plays doubles and singles all the time, and he believes that it helps his singles game, especially around the net area. And because Bjorkman plays the way that he plays, which is predominantly serve and volley and closing down the net and being agile at the net, that when he was playing a lot of doubles with Jan Appel and now Nicholas Kulti, he feels very, very secure in there. You won't see Bjorkman missing too many rudimentary volleys today, and that's the difference. One or 2 points is all it takes to go from 50 to maybe the top 20 is the big points. And if you're playing them well, as Bjorkman is at the moment, then he's going to keep rising, which he is.
Well, Sampras has beaten him 4 times. Bjorkman has only beaten Sampras once, but it was at Queen's in the summer.
Yeah.
So that would have given him some confidence.
Yeah, I watched that match, and Bjorkman was returning the way that we know he can return. The way he returned against Becker in the first round, just latching onto the ball so early, taking the ball inside the baseline. He's going to be doing that today against Sampras. And the good thing for Bjorkman is, with that win this year, he knows that he can beat the world #1. More importantly, not too many people have that knowledge at the moment with a win over Sampras. He has that, so he's not going to be afraid of walking out against the world #1. He's just going to go out there and have a go. It's very possible he could win.
Now, obviously Sampras has a tremendous serve, but Bjorkman's returning against Becker in the first round was magnificent, and if that's a good warm-up for playing Sampras, I don't know where you could have had a better warm-up, really.
Yeah, where Sampras is very strong, Sampras can call up a serve out of nowhere. Sampras can be sort of 15-30 down, a little bit of a crisis on his serve. He can say to himself, right, I'm going to hit this serve down the middle, right in the corner. And 8 times out of 10, he will hit that. That's why he's #1 in the world. That's why he practiced that a lot when he was growing up, just going out there and serving at the targets all the time. So that's the Sampras strength, is that he can deliver when it's most needed. Bjorkman, if he is going to beat Sampras, as we said earlier, it's going going to have to return very well. He's also going to have to serve very well, because Sampras is again a good returner.
OK, thanks very much for the moment, Chris. We'll be watching this one with great interest indeed. High time, though, that we join our commentators this afternoon, Bill Threlfall and Jerry Williams.
Thank you very much. Bill and I have been talking about that win that Bjorkman had over Sampras on the grass court at the Stella Artois at Queen's Club just before Wimbledon. The score was 3-6-6, 3-6-4. As I remember it, Sampras, as he can do, particularly in a week leading up to, or in the weeks leading up to a Grand Slam Championship, I remember it, Bill, Sampras rather lost his concentration after seeming to be in control.
I remember the same, yeah, and I remember the same with Sampras when he got to the final and lost to Todd Martin. Do you remember that one? Todd Martin played quite well, but I really don't think Sampras was giving it his all, quite honestly. I thought he was just going through the motions, and I think he looked on it, OK, I've had a few rounds, you know, and Wimbledon's coming up 2 weeks after this.
1 minute.
I'm just not too bothered. In fact, I was talking to him afterwards, and he was totally relaxed, not acting at all like a man who's just lost a big final, which, of course, that is. So I don't think we can read too much into the loss. Mike Morrissey of London, admiring himself on the big screen up top, as everybody is in the stadium. It's quite extraordinary how they all look up and then look down, smile sheepishly, and then look up again to make sure they're still there. Yes, Bjorkman is playing well. I absolutely agree with what Chris was saying about Bjorkman's play this year. The Davis Cup, winning a couple of singles and the doubles, absolutely murdered with Nicholas Coulty, the two Italians who'd done so well before, Narciso and Camporese. 1-1 and 2 in the doubles. So that's an indicator of the form he's showing.
There's the good aerial shot of the Olympic Stadium in Munich, where the Grand Slam Cup is again being held. There have been questions as to whether it will still be the ideal site for this event, now that German tennis is going through a difficult period. And also because the man who's been the visionary behind this event, as well as the man who's pulled together all the money, Alex Meyer-Walden, who was Boris Becker's business advisor and friend. Alex Meyer-Walden died just a few weeks ago. In fact, it was because he just died that Becker pulled out of the US Open, because he wanted to be at his funeral. And so there are questions still being asked about not only the future of the Grand Slam Cup. As I understand it, the ITF have more or less penciled it in for the next 2 years, but also with the dates quite right. They've moved it this year, so that it immediately follows, or more or less immediately follows, the last 4 Grand Slams. So now, Sampras, his 6th appearance in the Grand Slam Cup, is going to open the match. Best of 3 sets.
Play. Null 15. Love 15.
In essence, I mean, this is being too simplistic about it, but in essence it's Sampras' serve against Bjorkman's return of serve.
Not many people stand that close.
15 weiter.
Has to really jump for this one. A good attempt by Bjorkman.
Fünfzehn 15-30. Weiter. 30.
What was it you were saying before this match? Quite an accurate prediction for you, Jerry. You said at 15:30 he pulls up, or was it Chris Bailey said it? But he does, and he's down, he serves an ace.
40, 30. 40-30.
Just reminded there how quick the Swede is. Look at the way he gets across to this.
Yes, he moves well around the court. He's an inch shorter than Sampras at 6 feet. Bjorkman.
Spiel, Sampras. Erster Spiel, first
Sampras wins his opening service game, drops just 2 points in that game, and leads 1-love. Best of 3 sets this quarter-final. Now, in the American Davis Cup semi-final in Washington of the weekend, Sampras felt he returned serve especially well. See how it's going today against not one of the big servers.
Null 15. Love 15. Weiter. 15.
Seemed to take his eyes off the ball before he hit it then, Bjorkman. Edberg used to do that.
Very good volley, although he missed that one. Had to snatch at it.
15-30.
Yes, a man who's won all these double titles, 13 double title, wouldn't have done that if he wasn't good around the net.
30 weiter. 30.
Sampras thought that long. I didn't.
Wirklich. First serve. I say 40-30.
Put topspin on, but not quite enough.
Nothing if not bold, and nothing if not aggressive. His aggression, in fact, is very combative on the tennis court, Bjorkman. I think is his outstanding virtue as a player, that and the return of serve, which we've already talked about. One game all. His exceptional service in the Davis Cup at the weekend in Norrköping, where the Swedes beat the Italians 4-1, was to win both the singles and the doubles.
15-0. 15-0. Weiter. 15 all.
Looks as though there's plenty of time for that readjustment by Sampras, but of course in slow motion there is. Reminiscent of Agassi, this sort of returning. In fact, it perhaps takes it rather earlier than Agassi used to. It just needs incredible hand-eye coordination to do this.
30 weiter. 30. 40-30. 40-30. Spiel Sampras.
Sampras leads 2-1 in the first set. From
Sampras
just 2 more points there.
Right,
30 in the first game, 30 in the last game. It's a tough nut, no question about that. Delightful fellow off the court, but a bit like Anders Järryd, I always think, who's now the assistant Davis Cup captain for Sweden. A bit like Järryd in his style on the court, buzzes around.
0-15.
Well, at this level of tennis, you just have to have this shot, really. Roll over the ball and deliver it down the line. Had it been sliced, it would have been very much more difficult.
15 beide. 15-all.
The accurate placement of his serves is confusing Sampras. Sampras isn't reading them well.
30-15. 30-15. Beide. 30-all. Sampras
didn't make much of that either. Isn't, as yet, I think, Bill, completely plugged in his concentration, Sampras.
No, he has queried 3 calls so far in this match. In its very early stages.
Bjorkman.
A bit sloppy. He used to get activated with Sampras.
2 beide. 2 games all.
And every game has been held to 30.
$15-0. 15 love. Beide. 15-all.
The fact that he returned so quickly, so early, on the rise, means that Sampras has not made it to the net by the time he's playing his first volley.
By Sampras, but again Bjorkman was scampering after this and nearly made it.
30-15.
Well, that was a full stretch, that volley. Did well control it into the court.
Sampras needs to get excited.
It's a second double. In his first match, he served 4 doubles in 1 game, which is unheard of for Sampras.
40-30. 40-30. Spiel, Sampras.
It's
Sampras
a
feels
sober,
6-5.
no doubt admiring crowd, and they're not really creating the
3
tension that
games
this
to
match
2.
needs at the start. Sampras 3-2. Tour didn't like it because they felt the ITF had inaugurated this event just to spike the guns of their own end of year playoff, the so-called ATP Tour World Championships, also in Germany. And I think that really was the reason it was inaugurated. But just to say that this year, and certainly at the moment, the relationship between the women's tour and the men's tour and the world governing body, the ITF, who promote this, seems better than it's been for years, and that's good.
Sampras. 15-30.
We're getting on the verge of the first service break here.
First time the receiver has got to 40 in the match.
30-40.
Break point, you'd expect the #1 player in the world to make a better return than that one.
Einsteins. Deuce. For tile, Bjorkman.
Sampras is asking whether some of these are let serves.
First serve. Spiel, Bjorkman.
A really alert Sampras wouldn't have let Bjorkman get away with it like that in that game. 15-40 down.
3 beide. 3 games all.
On Monday.
0-15. Love 15. 15 ball. 15-all.
Paul Annacone, coach du Sampras.
$15.30. 15.30.
Important serve this for Bjorkman. He's 15-30, 3-4 down.
30 weiter. Versil.
That's a return that really Sampras should have made. Second serve. Making a note, I think, Annacone there.
40-30. 40-30.
Very accurate shot, this one.
Vorteil Bjorkman. Spiel Bjorkman, 4 beide.
He takes his, he's certainly deceiving Sampras with the placement of these serves, and they're quite snappy too. Seeing just now those shots of Paul Annacone, who coaches Sampras these days, slip very gently into the tragic vacancy left with the death of Tim Gullickson. Annacone, like Tim Gullickson, very understated, mannerly, unobtrusive person. They're the sort of people Sampras likes around him.
0-15, love 15.
Sampras not at all happy with the calling, is he? Put a lot of work on that second serve, and it could well have curved in if we see it again, just onto the line. And I think did.
Weiter. 15-all.
That was a really good try, actually. I know it was wide, but to reduce the pace of the shot and hoist it up with topspin off a hard hit shot from the opponent is really not easy.
$40-15, 40-15. Sampras.
Sampras starting to win his service games rather more decisively. That might be a hint of the way this first set certainly is going to go.
Sampras führt 5-4, 5 games to 4.
For players of this calibre, for their mental stamina, when you consider both of them had Davis Cup duty at the weekend. Bjorkman in Norrköping, Sampras in Washington, played big matches, very stressful. Yet they come out here on a fairly docile day and immediately get themselves going. Not at their best, either of them, but committed as fully as they can be emotionally at the moment. Sampras just a little bit late on that again.
Signal 30 love.
And that one too casual by Sampras. Came across the ball, a lot of side spin on it, that curved it wide.
Viert signal.
Really is serving very well, Bjorkman.
Scintillating rally. 40-15.
Marvellous pass, that. Great volley from Bjorkman too.
Spiel Bjorkman, 5 beide.
At one point he conceded on his serve there. I continue to be well, not flummoxed, but certainly surprised to see how many times he's acing Sampras. When you look at the list of the fastest serves ever recorded, on page 1 they've got 26 names, he's not one of them. And you don't think of Bjorkman as a big penetrating server.
No, and Sampras is never right at the top. It's always either Ivanisevic or Philippoussis or Rosetsky.
Signal.
Krajicek, another big server.
30 love. Sekunden. 30-15.
Well, these may be short, sharp rallies, but they're composed of 2 or 3 really high-quality shots.
Sekunden. 14-15.
Sampras having to aim for pretty close to the lines because Bjorkman's court coverage is excellent.
Spiel Sampras. 15.
Sampras, the survivor of a long baseline duel. Haven't had many of those.
0-30.
Now, at no stage in the match has a player been at lap 30. He has been at 15.40.
Centralising. 15-30.
Hey, let's have a look at that on the replay up in the ceiling. Because Sampras is getting slightly bothered now. He's had so many close calls that have gone against him. Well, Bjorkman loves 30 there. Did you see Sampras as the fiery-eyed predator? John Curry right in the middle of the front, chairman of the All England Club.
And right behind him, Bjorn Borg. He's doing a bit of work for the Compaq company.
This 40-30.
I just didn't seem to see it onto his racket properly.
Spiel Bjorkman.
It was a sloppy game by Sampras when he had Bjorkman left 30.
6 games all. First set tiebreak. Snow. 1-0 Sampras.
Good way to start. Sampras in his career has won 207 tie breaks and lost 140.
Sampras.
Sharp reactions needed here by both of them.
It's 2-1. Sampras.
So he's well in credit with wins over losses in the tiebreak department. Bjorkman, on the other hand, almost equal, win 38, loss 37.
Sampras.
They're all missable. You still have to concentrate. Not difficult to miss that,
though. 4-1. 4-1. Sampras.
I think I should have said, Jerry, it would be difficult to miss that one. It was hardly a difficult smash. 4-1. Long way it seems, but it's one break.
4-2, Sampras.
When you see a player covering the court as well as Bjorkman is here, and Sampras for that matter, but particularly Bjorkman, he'll be on his way now to his forehand side to cut that off, because he knows that is the shot that is very likely to come. So it's not only running around and good coverage, it's actually very good anticipation as well, reading the opponent's mind.
Vier, 3. 4-3, Sampras.
Not adjusting for the altitude of Munich, I don't think. Hitting a bit too long, as he did in his first match against Mantia.
Sampras.
Not one of Sampras's best volleys. Not wide enough.
Sampras.
Well, now, that was bad luck. Admittedly, it was slowed down off the tie break, but it produced a very, very angry reaction from Sampras. That was unusual.
Set tie-break, and it remains,
5-all,
to say the least, by Sampras's standards, a workaday set of tennis so far from him. Well, it's a terrible time to serve a double fault. It's never a good time.
6-5, Sampras.
Sampras. A set point that, to be honest, he hardly deserves on his own merit.
Angry, very irritable Sampras is going to change ends now. He's had two chances, really, golden chances, the break ahead and then the double fault from Bjorkman to serve out the set. Unbelievable miss, that last backhand volley.
7-6.
Sampras's second chance to take the set.
7-6, Sampras.
Very loose wrist Bjorkman had on that shot.
Erster Satz.
Well, that really
Sampras.
is a calamity
7-2 sets.
for Jonas
Game and
Bjorkman.
first
Two
set
double
Sampras.
faults. First one gave
7-6.
Sampras a set point, and the second one just then gave him the set. So I suppose we have to reflect as Sampras wins the first set that world champion he may be, but he's not an automaton.
No, in fact, I'm seeing things, and I'm sure you are too, Jerry, in Sampras's play and character that, let's say, at least uncharacteristic. Now, those of you who would have watched with Sky the Davis Cup match, incidentally, Bjorkman is prone to get nervous reaction at very, very big points. So he served 2 double faults on big points. Sampras, during the Davis Cup match, played absolutely exceptional tennis. By everybody's standards, they reckoned the best ever by him, and by his own admission, couldn't play better than that.
Time.
Okay, but he was also very... he was very fiery on court. He did things which he certainly does not do at Wimbledon, and he ended up the final match, when he won the tie, when he beat Rafter, by running around the court with a flag draped around him. This is sort of unusual. He was also conducting the crowd, do you remember, trying to get them to cheer him on louder and louder. And now he's getting very angry, and I haven't seen him as angry as this before.
Okay.
Second set.
15-0. 15-0. Beide. 15-all.
Just a delectable slice down the line, this one. That's a rafter shot.
$15.30. 15-30. Beide. 30.
Sampras have missed that one.
Because he was so astonished that Bjorkman got it back, I guess. Watch Bjorkman, the way he plays this.
40-30.
Bit of Perisategi there, I think. Incredible effort by Bjorkman. Really good. After a great lob from Sampras.
Spiel, Bjorkman.
In spite of that double fault, he's fallen so far in the match. Bjorkman holds his serve at the start of the second set, leads 1-love. Sampras 1 set to love. Which is what this speed gun is showing. You have to get up in sort of 225s. Beyond that, before you start looking at Rosetsky's record, or even close to it.
Yes, in KPH, Rosetsky is 230.1.
30-15. 30-15. Vierzig 15, 40-15. 40-30.
Lovely cool play by Bjorkman. Going for the nearest gap down the line. Safer, better.
Einstands, deuce.
He certainly stepped up the pace of his serve in this his first service game in the second set, but he seems to be not concentrating on the ball quickly enough, not seeing it soon enough.
For tile, Sampras. Spiel, Sampras.
Just as well as the producer says, because the rest of his game at the moment is, to put it mildly, sleepy. That's 1 game all.
1 game all.
Yep, he's living off his serve at the moment, Sampras.
Null 15. Love 15. Beide. 15 all.
Usually the forehand where he's overhitting, Sampras. His main weapon apart from the serve.
From 15-30.
Terrific shot this.
15-40.
Off backhand, pushed away over there. That's a real class shot.
Dreißig, 40. 30-40.
The good feel on his serve in the space of double faults. That's the fifth. They've all come in a little cluster.
Sampras was asleep at the net here after that shot, which he thought was going to be a winner. Bjorkman, as usual, got to it.
Signal. 30 love. 30 Sekunden.
A lovely, neat little pass this is from Bjorkman. So compact. Not too much backswing, not too much follow through.
Find out somewhere from the box of tricks.
It's an amazing shot. I mean, he really does leap up. This gets airborne.
Spiel, Sampras.
Well, Bjorkman certainly didn't think that was an ace, but Sampras isn't having any of it. He thinks he's had some bad calls himself, so why should he hang about with that one? 3-1 it is, 1 set to love.
Sampras führt 3-1, 3 games to 1. First serve. Fünfzehn 0. 15 0. Signal 30 love. First serve. First serve. Sequence 30-15.
Sampras winning the battle of the backhands here. His backhand actually more reliable today than the forehand.
Sekunden, 40-15.
It's the toss of the ball that's gone awry, I think, with Bjorkman.
Yeah, it's got a high toss, big arch of the back. And I'm sure his head drops before his eyes have been fixed on the ball as he hits it.
Bjorkman.
3-2. Sampras maintains the advantage of the service break he's got quite early on in the second set. It leads by 1 set.
5, 3 games to 2.
You're watching Sports Channel.
It's a magnificent stadium, the Olympic Stadium here, and it's presented with great style, the Grand Slam Cup. The crowd want to see Becker or Stich. They haven't got either. They've got an American playing a Swede. 3-2, 1 set to love.
For serve. $15 love. $30 love. $40.
No wonder he inspects his racket after that. It made a very unhealthy sound as he hit that smash.
Spiel, Sampras.
As long as his serve doesn't go wrong.
Sampras führt 4-2.
He seems fairly comfortably in control of this match.
4 games to 2.
And that, believe it or not, is the first love game of the match. And there has only been one break of serve, which was the third game of this set. Bjorkman broken. It's a very heavily service-dominated match.
15-0. $15 love. Beide. 15 all.
Not quite sure what Bjorkman was attempting here. Was it a stop volley? I suppose so. Not a very good attempt.
Well, that's what's scuppering his effort, really. And it started, this infection of double faults, started for Bjorkman in the tie-break, in the middle of the tie-break, which Sampras won.
30 beide. $30 all. $40-30. 40-30. The serve. Spiel Bjorkman.
Monte, Hackett, Jamnar, Chelios, Dollar. All the Hawks will pitch in for victory in a final tune-up before the regular season. Blackhawks and Canadians. Tomorrow night at 6, only on Sports Channel.
Set and 4-3.
Well, here's a very good poised point by Sampras.
15 love.
Good low volley. Very defensive lob. And an excellent excellent smash.
15 weiter. 15-0.
Strung racket, always breaks, always seems to these days anyway, break a few rackets during every match.
Well, it looks to me as if Sampras has decided to get a bit snappier about things.
Sequencing 40-15. Wait, please. Spiel Sampras.
Good deal more brisk that service go by Sampras. It's his serve that has kept him really in front more or less the whole time.
5 games to 3.
Yeah, that was a massive serve, that one. Absolutely spun Bjorkman round. That's self-preservation, that shot.
Null 15. Love 15. For serve.
I think he sensed that he could get this job finished now a bit sharp.
Love 30.
Just concentrates hard.
He's played that particular type of forehand quite well in this match, the hook forehand.
15-30. 15-30. Weiter. 30. Vierzig 30. 40-30. Bjorkman. Oh! 15-0. 15-0.
to have won a high proportion of these backhand encounters, from backhand corner to backhand corner, but very often overdriving his forehand.
Weiter. Coutinho.
Hit it flat, no control really on that.
Sen. 30-15.
Good enough volley here to make Bjorkman attempt it one-handed. Eventually, couldn't quite reach it.
Bjorkman there in the direction of that volley.
4 sekunder.
2 match points for placing
40-15.
An afternoon that was a bit of a chore for Sampras. But he goes through to a semi-final against the winner of the match that follows Ruzetsky against Kapelnikov. Sampras, who's won more money here at the Grand Slam Cup through the years than any other player in the game. Consolation for Bjorkman is that he takes away prize money of £160,000. It seems to me, Bill, it's some sort of comment on the kind of match it was, the very fact that we end up talking about the money.
That's your favourite subject, isn't it? Well, you're looking at a guy who really doesn't need it. I mean, he's won on the court itself. He's won before this event $27 million. I mean, so he's long since given up worrying about money. But he certainly hasn't given up worrying about his performance, and I'm glad for him that he finished with the most brilliant pass that he produced all day. Not a distinguished match by Sampras, bearing in mind he is by far the best player in the world. Bjorkman, I thought, did well to hang in there with him so long, but no, it was not a brilliant match, but had brilliant moments in it.